Hi Gemini, this is your forecast for the month of September 2017. If you have visited me before, I want to thank you for returning, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, or Gemini Moon. It might also be helpful for you to watch your rising and moon sign as well. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages for love, finance, and other readings. Now, the underlying energy is this Seven of Swords. So we have some issues this month of either some treachery, some deception, issues of theft, or simply wasting time, being taken advantage of, being exploited. So some of you may be avoiding truth, you may be avoiding some issues, there may be some escapist tendencies, but this could be a month that focuses again on some very negative situations that you need to move past. It could be that, somebody's doing something underhandedly, or there's some insincerity about something. Somebody's getting ripped off, or they're feeling cheated. There are issues of betrayal, or where you have betrayed yourself and you've participated in some self-defeating habits. For some of you, there's some secret affairs taking place. There's some unfaithfulness that you're having to cope with, either on your part or the part of someone else. But there's a futility to a situation, and maybe that's it. You feel like nothing is moving forward. You just can't make things happen. There is an undercurrent of desire. There's a temptation toward a person or a situation, something that is very seductive, either to you or another person. So part of the issue could be somebody caught up in fantasies, or having their desires thwarted, somebody not getting what they wanted. Could also be some unexpected encounters. Whatever it is, this is going to be a month where situations are going to put either you or other people on the spot. Integrity is going to be scrutinized in some way. So either you're being overconfident about a situation, investing too much in a positive outcome, or there's a lack of confidence in something. Now, this is a month, given this card, you're going to have to be very discerning about the truth in order to make progress and move forward. So you're going to have to really be careful about what you believe. Don't be too quick to believe everything somebody is saying. And also, importantly, is watch what you are saying. Be careful about what you are putting out there. This is always a warning card. So somebody could be just outright stealing from you. But you could also be stealing from yourself. You could be wasting your time, your energy, your effort, your talent, your emotions, your money, the things that are valuable to you, by putting that in non-productive relationships or pursuits. And people can steal from you in all kinds of ways. They can waste your time. They can drain your emotions. They can try to pick your brain for knowledge. So the theft can be insidious. You may not even be aware that it's happening if you're not paying attention to it. Now, if there is any positive to this month, to this card, then it's the fact that, once again, if you're being mindful, it's going to be easier for you to diplomatically just back out of a situation. Just don't become involved in things that have nothing to do with you. This is a month for you to drive in your own lane. And for some of you, you're going to be surprised at the truth that does come out. Somebody is going to be very forthright about where they stand. And maybe that's shocking. Maybe it's not something you wanted to hear, but at least they're not lying to you. Or maybe somebody may come through with a promise that you thought they would. Or maybe you thought you weren't going to connect to somebody and they keep the appointment, they keep the date, whatever it is. Now, if this is a secret love affair, for some of you, you end up matching two people together, or maybe you end up matched to somebody and maybe you were resistant to it. You didn't think it was going to work out, but then you hit it off with this person. For some of you, you're going to come to the realization that, you know, maybe you thought you were falling short or falling behind, but it's not as bad as you thought. You're not as far back as you initially felt. But for many of you, again, this Seven of Swords largely plays out in a negative manner. So you have to be careful. Be careful about, again, what you say, where you put your time, even where you are. Be careful about being in places that are unsafe, or being in places in certain hours that you shouldn't be. So be careful of your possessions, your health, and your safety. And your words, your speech, because that Ace of Swords is about communication. So something that you have said or something that you've done could come back to haunt you in some way. If you were trying to come up with some kind of scheme, you were going to try to get over on somebody or created some type of deceptive situation, that could backfire for you. So this is a month for you to maintain that integrity. You know, speak your truth and don't embellish it. And if you are looking for somebody else to show up, to come through, to give you that love you're looking for, to give you the affection, or to bolster you with their opinion, then you're going to find that that codependency is what's going to drain your strength. It's going to cut into your confidence. It's going to erode your individuality. And you're not going to be able to effectively stand up for yourself because of it. So for some of you, you're dealing with some illusions where you need to take some steps because something that you want may not show up for you the way that you hope. Now, this is going to focus on your partnerships, your relationships with others, whether those connections are constructive for you or they're self-defeating. And it's not just also about the other person, it's what you're putting in. Are you dealing with people in a healthy way, and how are you letting them deal with you? So this is going to cover your professional and your personal relationships, and it's probably some older situation, because again, that Six of Swords says you have revisited this issue before. So this is probably something that's going to the next level, and it's probably this month gonna open up very quickly. It's also about your thinking, your mindset. Are you able to deal with the truth? Can you stay rational in the face of whatever's going on in your environment and in with the people in your environment? So you're going to have a series of small events that are going to act as the catalyst for you to make some overdue changes. Now, you have no majors in this spread, which says that you are largely pulling the strings. You've got a lot of control and you have a lot of options that you may not be considering. But there is a lack of stability to this situation. Either, again, somebody's not facing the truth, they're dealing with sort of this pie in the sky mentality, or there are just a lot of things that haven't been worked out yet. Something has not fully come to fruition yet. You're still working on the details. Whatever it is, there's not a lot of emotion. Somebody is being very devoid of emotion, almost cold, or it's just somebody's taking the logical route. Whatever it is, there's some frustration going on, and there's a review of that frustration. For some of you, this may center around a legal settlement of some sort or third-party interference. But there's definitely a review going on. For some of you, that's going to be about your finances. It's going to be about your relationships. It's going to be about proving a point, or receiving some kind of vindication. Whatever it is, there's a review of frustration taking place. So for you, this is a time for doing, for acting, rather than just giving something lip service. You need to put your plans into place and make something happen. Now, you've got a lot, perhaps, of brilliant ideas. The Ace of Swords says that. And if you put your willingness to step up to the plate with that, then you can make some things happen. So you've got a lot of great ideas this month that you're excited about. This may have to do with connecting to somebody business-wise who is going to be listening to both sides of something before making a final decision, or maybe you're dealing with a decision maker in general, or somebody in a position of authority, or maybe you're that person, or in some cases this is somebody who has the ability to change the course of other people's lives. Now, again, the focus is, coming together and putting this well thought out plan into action, and then getting others excited and on board as well. So whatever it is that you want to make happen, you're going to try to make sure that it does happen. So for some of you, these are things that are going to play out for a project or your career, and maybe you're going to be making a sudden change in your career, or maybe you're going to change your lifestyle completely, or you're going to reinvent your life in some kind of way.